in your current situation, right, with you guys both traveling, obviously you have come to terms with the situation you're living in with the size of the fifth wheel, right? But what is it that is the hardest thing to deal with? Is it the going to the bathroom? Is it showering? Is it like, what is it that is the hardest for you specifically to deal with when it comes to living in a tiny home on wheels, traveling the country 24/7?
In terms of the physical home, or just like my feelings, like about living?
Let's do both. Let me give you the time, please. Let me know, how are you feeling though. I want to know the negative, because I love talking about the positive at the end. So let's talk about the negative now. I'm going to dig deep. I want to know, what is the issues that you find you like clash with the most, physically, emotionally, spiritually, any of it, socially, whatever.
So for me, I guess like emotionally, because we're on the road pretty much 24/7, we're not home with our families that often, which kind of sucks. I mean, yes, we go home for like Christmas and major holidays and things like that. But in terms of just like, oh, it's like my mom's birthday today. Like, I'm not in Chicago for her birthday to celebrate it. We're in Santa Fe, New Mexico. So I would say
do you really mean it's today?
No, her birthday was on the 29th. So
well, happy birthday to Mama Tiny Home Hailey. Yeah.
So for stuff like that, or like for Michael's family, because his family is massive and they do like so much together. Like, picture your regular family that does like literally everything together, and then times it by 50. His family does literally everything together. So for him, it's hard being away from home, just because they do so much, and because there's so many like little kids in his family, and like just watching them grow up and things like that. In terms of the actual physical tiny home, honestly, it's really not bad, like at all. But for me, I would say the hardest part is the unreliable Wi-Fi is one, just because like for online teaching and things like that, like when I want to get back into teaching online again, it's hard when, I mean, yes, we have like this little jetpack, which is like how I'm talking to you through internet, but when you're like live streaming like this, it uses a lot of data. So if I wanted to be teaching online at least 5 days a week, like it would be crazy. I'd be out of data in like 3 days. And it's always unreliable Wi-Fi at the parks. Like, we've been to some parks that have like the most amazing Wi-Fi ever. Like, it never is laggy or anything. And then we're at a park like this where like I can hardly get it to connect. So that, and then the kitchen area, I really miss having a lot of counter space to cook.
Are you a cook? Is that something you do?
I do cook. I wouldn't say I'm like an avid cooker like my mother is, but I definitely like to dabble around in the kitchen. I make some good food, so
good for you.
I just got to get creative with it, or like prep things in stages ahead of time, just because of the lack of counter space. But other than that, like I can still functionally cook in the oven and on the stove and things like that.